We're at an area near Morin Heights called Le Studio, or formerly Le Studio. This was a studio where some of the biggest names in the music industry, for example, the Bee Gees, Rush, The Police, Celine Dion, Cat Stevens, and many, many others. They came out here to record some of their biggest albums. And who would have thought that it would have been in just a little quaint, near a quaint village like Morin Heights, and in an isolated place. I'm just going to sort of take you through a walkthrough of this and show you what we have here. If you're interested in this, probably the easiest way to get a feel for what went on here is Google Le Studio Morin Heights, and it'll bring you to a page, and it'll give you the history of this place. And it's quite interesting, so you can kind of see where they came, you know, why they chose this setting to get some peace, tranquility, and maybe a little bit of inspiration for all that they were doing, the creative works that they were doing. So you can see up there a little fire hydrant with a dog, but there's an interesting little pathway here, and it's you're sort of kind of walking in the footprints of a lot of these creative people, and it's just an interesting little trip to take. So this, I'm assuming, used to lead up to the main studio itself, which no longer exists. It was looted, it was vandalized, and eventually it was torn down. Just recently it was bulldozed. So here's an album cemented into, it's a Rush. It was from, I guess, Permanent Waves, 1980. Let me get out of the shadow here. So, and there's these kinds of little pieces of memorabilia. Now this one must have been very popular. I don't know. Oh, this was Rush as well, but it was, I guess the album was taken or vandalized. Rush again. Exit Stage Left. Signals. Now I don't know if that's a group or the name of the album. I'm not sure. Rush, Grace Under Pressure. Rush, Presto, 1989. All of these are Rush. So they must have done an awful lot of recording here. Lots of dice and skulls and memorabilia. I'm wondering if these were placed here. Well, I don't know enough about the band, but if these were placed here, just I guess it signifies what they were all about. Look at the dice that are loaded here. Incredible. I wonder if these are all glued on. Yeah, they're all glued. Rush counterparts. So this was the main access, and up there would be where the studio was, and they've bulldozed it all down because it was just invaded and just vandalized, and they decided just to keep the vandals away. I think they bulldozed it just a couple of years ago. So needless to say, I'm up here kind of scouting the territory to see if there's any area that's worthwhile metal detecting. And I don't think that area over there would be, because that's where they've bulldozed everything. This is all hard packed, so I assume that this was sort of a parking area to begin with. So the only areas to me that look natural would be this. This would have been a small patio or a small lookout coming down to the lake. I guess if you needed a break and wanted to come down, you sort of have to imagine that they would have come down those stairs over there from the studio, those that I'm pointing to over there. And let's just take a quick walk down there. Have to be careful. This metal pole has a camera on top, and although there's no signs that say keep out, it just says it's under surveillance. And so you can see some of the remnants that they bulldozed down from the studio. And then these stairs look sort of original. This would have been around. They would have come down from the studio from up there and then made their way down here and maybe sat out in this patio overlooking the lake for some peaceful time. So the only areas that look remotely detectable would be sort of this little area here, and maybe down there, I'm not sure. But I'll take out my detector and give it a shot and see what we can come up with. All right, I'll be back with you if I pick up anything. Bye for now. So I've been here for about an hour now, and really haven't had much luck. A lot of bottle tops, a lot of, but I'm going to try and put a link to that page on this, and you'll see the number of bands that were. It's amazing. Chicago, Nazareth, the Jeff Healey band, Bryan Adams, the Bee Gees, you name it. They were a lot of big names that came here, and you just have to kind of picture them coming out here. And it used to be up there, and they would come out to this patio and probably party after they had done it. Rush used to have a band. Of course they were a band. Bad me. But they used to have a dock, and they would set up their drums right out here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take you down here just to show you. But you're going to see these stairs probably in the attachment to the video that I put with it. These were the stairs that sort of led down to this patio, and they came up from the building, which was just up there. And you can kind of imagine them partying, and through the course of the evening, probably they would come down here to relax. Rush would take out a drum set, and just beside those blue containers over there, you're going to see that there's a dock. And they would put the dock out in the water, and they would set up their drums out there and bang away. And I imagine on a quiet day, this would echo pretty good and pretty loud right through. Thank goodness there's, I think, only 2 other people on the lake. So, and I guess if they were located near a recording studio, it was to be expected there was going to be some noise. But so this is an area with an incredible amount of history, and obviously a very scenic area, very pretty location. Didn't yield much though, predictably. A lot of pull tabs, and I got I just one coin from the era, 1974 American penny. But I don't, those kinds of things I don't dig up anymore, and I don't get excited over that. Notwithstanding who might have owned it that lost it. But so interesting area. If you get a chance, check out the link and take a look at the videos. Lots and lots of histories on this one tiny little site just about 4 kilometers south of Morin Heights, on a small lake, but oh my God, it has a ton of history, and the songs and the albums that were recorded here were they made history. So anyway, awesome location. See you later.